I really don't want to get any of this paint on the tentacle if I cannot avoid it. But I also can't really find an easy angle to paint the bottom half of the hand. Maybe over here? Maybe I can like jam in between the tentacles? Really difficult for my eyes to focus though. I can barely see it. Probably should have painted this earlier. That would have saved me a little bit of a headache. Maybe like this? Yeah, that's okay. There's one more finger to paint. What's going on, Mechanized XT? Hello. You're 100% focused watching this like I'm the painter? Damn. Control my hand. We can paint this together. Okay. That actually is not so bad. I thought this was going to be harder, but this is quite reasonable. It's funny because that's also what she said. This is called a psychophage. It is a beautiful creature. Everybody loves it. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of ultramarines blue too, chat. Now, I would like to report all of you that I have added back my beautiful, beautiful thing right over here on the desk. You know what that is, chat? You know what we are looking at right now. It's a paint mixer, a paint vibrator, yeah. For some reason, my chat is a big fan of my paint vibrator, I don't really know. So you can see how it's all separated, right? So the paint is supposed to be dark blue. It is much easier to use it like this. Look at this, look at this. Are you seeing this? It's starting to mix in, man. So, I think they originally make these things for like laboratories and like pharmacies and stuff. So a lot of painters on the internet have like fancy ones, like much more sophisticated and quieter ones than this. This one I got for like 10 bucks off of like, what is it? Like AliExpress, I think is what it's called. I'm not exactly sure. Anyways, I don't think it's supposed to be this loud. And also, if I don't hold it down, it will walk off of my disc. Look at it. So this is a really shitty version of it. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to behave like that. But I got it for really cheap. I think it was less than 10 bucks actually. So it's actually useful. It does the work. It does the work perfectly. And I don't have to use it that often. But look, now my paint is perfectly mixed. We don't get any ugly bubbles. I could have also shaken it for like 3 minutes. But yeah. It does work, yeah. I'm just gonna coat all of the blue with this. This is a contrast paint, so it's a bit of a different color. Works a little differently. But it should add some nice shading. It's like your girlfriend. Loud, wants to walk away, but does the work in the end. Oh, yikes. That's, yikes. That's, yeah. I'm happy to hear you guys are working together so well. You don't actually have a girlfriend? Oh. You just have the vibrator. Alright, gotcha. That's okay. We can turn this into a Twitch dating show. Yeah, that's what we should do. The only problem is that if the majority of my viewers are straight, we do have a bit of a ratio of like 97 to 3% or so. So it's not, it's like, it doesn't really... Well, we could have one hell of a gay dating show. Yeah, we could, that would work out really well. So you're saying there's a chance, Lowko? Yeah, just keep chatting, Future Snow. Just keep chatting. Never leave the stream. And maybe it'll happen. You know how like some people got married because of a partner they met in World of Warcraft? Maybe my stream can turn into that too, you know? Now it's unlikely, but still. Like everybody's favorite artist said, never say never. Never say never. Never say never. Okay. No, YouTube gives a lot more insight as far as demographics go. Twitch doesn't give you the same info. For some reason though, out of all the female viewers that I have on YouTube, one of the biggest age categories is 65 plus, which is curious to me. Like I knew your mom was watching, but I didn't realize she was that big of a fan, you know? No. Sorry. Too easy. That'll be us before the end of the century, chat. We could use the paint mixer as well for regular drop bottles, but... Need a tiny little bit of dark gray. Just a little bit. Quite the mouth on that thing, right? I painted in every tooth last time around, which was a little bit of work. I just realized I actually fucked up some of the other stuff. We'll have to work on all of the little base details. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit. So I want to paint like the inner joint and all that of this armor. with like a dark color. If you were 18 when StarCraft 1 came out, you would be 44 now. Yeah, StarCraft's pretty old. StarCraft also makes a man age much faster, T-Neil. Did you know that? It's like dog years, you know? Like 1 year or whatever counts for 7. 1 year of StarCraft counts for at least 2. Your skin starts hanging and like, you know, you get all kinds of blood pressure issues. Yeah, it's a real thing for sure. Okay, honestly, this is not too bad. I actually thought this was going to be worse. Always nice to have trust in yourself, I guess. But anyways. We'll do some tiny highlights as well in the Marine arm. Like a grayish blue. Wolf gray. In the desaturated blue-gray category. There you go. It's like a Fenrisian gray, I guess. Yeah, it's like Space Wolves gray. Just the non-Citadel version. Okay, so we have some tiny highlights here that we can do on the gear. It's a little difficult though to get the right angle. I would like to do an edge highlight, but maybe that's a little ambitious. I think it's okay. We don't really need like the tiniest the sections highlighted, I guess, but just a little bit of definition on the Marine is nice. There we go. I've never painted a Space Wolf before. There are some really nice Space Wolf minis, actually. I would like to give it a shot. Me, with literally every single Warhammer mini out there. I'd like to give it a shot. Gotta paint them all, gotta paint them all. Literally all of them, dude. It's almost a little embarrassing. I don't think there's a single mini out there where I'd be like, I would like to not paint that. I mean, I have preferences, obviously, but there's a lot of really cool ones. I guess there are also some pretty shitty ones, now that I think about it. There are some pretty ugly ones, but... Belisarius Call? Dude, that is a... yeah. That is one that looks really nice. But also a little tricky. Loads of little trim and all that. Belisarius Call is sick now. There are some that I feel like some of them that are kind of a pain in the dick. Like some of them look really cool. Like say for example the Guilliman model. Like, this is a really cool mini, right? Let me show you. But here's the thing. You need to shade every single bit of blue. And then you need to paint all of those golden details. And these little golden details are right up against the blue details. So if I were to paste something like this, I feel like it's gonna be like a lot of fucking time spent on trying to not get the gold in the blue and vice versa. Like, these little decorations on the armor are very tedious. Very cool mini, obviously. The flame sword is sick, the armor looks amazing when it's done. But it is definitely a bit of a job. And there's a bunch of these minis that they sell, kind of like this. Where it just doesn't seem, like, I feel like it's a never-ending story, you know? You're doing this right now on 1,000 Suns? I know there's one more, it's like a vehicle that kind of looks like this. I'm not sure exactly what the name is, maybe somebody knows what I'm talking about, but there's a vehicle that also has like all kinds of decorative trim exactly like this. I don't know. It's maybe fun. Maybe it's really good, but it is, it wouldn't be my first choice, I guess. Nah, I would still try it out. Yeah, I would still try it out. Okay, Space Marine arm looking pretty nice. I think I'm gonna wash it with a little bit of Black Templar. It's gonna darken it down a little bit, but also add a bit of shade. It's gonna darken it down quite a bit actually, but it's okay. Just a little bit of black detailing over here. It's a little too gray. Yeah, and Belisarius has a very similar thing going on too, with like loads of little decorative parts. It's nice, but also a little much. I think I'll add the blood on the stump over here as like one of the final things we have to do. Yeah. I have to add a little bit of brown back as well, because I actually have a bit of that texture paint. Accidentally, it wasn't really by design, but I think it looks kind of nice. There's a little bit of the texture paint that is stuck onto the arm of the guy on the floor, the miniature, what's it called? The Marine. So I think we need to get just a little bit of brown in there too, because I guess this guy has been dragged through the mud, you know? Makes sense for this to be caked onto his arm a bit. Just like so. Don't need much. Just a little bit. There's also little spots that apparently were not quite painted in last time when I tried to do the base coat on the base. Let me dab some paint in there too. We'll obviously dry brush the whole base here and make it look a little bit more interesting, because currently it's just a bit plain. And we'll have to add tufts and all that, so it'll look a lot nicer when we're done with it. It's the base coat for now. I think we'll do the purple doodads next. There's all kinds of little purple purple decorative bits on the base that I would like to paint in. Same actually for, I don't remember what color I used for this. I think it's plate mail metal, but the same for some of the metal rods. There's not a lot of it, but we need to make sure that we got a decent color on all of that too. I'll shade it with good old Agrex, I think. There's a little bit of a pull over here that I have not yet painted in. I thought I painted this section, to be honest, but I remember double checking whether or not I painted it. And I confirmed yes, but now I look back at it, definitely a little bit of bare plastic. Suboptimal. Okay. How do I want to paint all of the carapacey bits here, though, that are sticking out of the base? I guess we'll just use some dark purples and see what it looks like. Don't need much. This is actually technically a navy. Oh, I actually got the wrong paint, I was gonna say. I wanted to use a dark purple. We want to use this one instead. Terrestrial Titan is what it's called. Also, dark violet. So a more appropriate name. Yeah. So we'll use this for some of the little, whatever they are, the little Tyranid decorations all over the base. There's a bunch of it over here. It's like a bunch of creep spread, I guess. I wish the base had more of this, to be honest, but there's a couple of them all over. They actually didn't really give this guy a whole lot of decorations on the base. I could have done more of it myself, but I couldn't really come up with a good scheme. So I figured, you know what, we'll just do the basic good old setup rather than trying to get fancy with our own base, but I'll add tufts and all that, but it's a wide open space here. Okay. I don't really like how the stone has turned out, but I'm hoping that when I get to the shading part of it, the stone will look a lot more in sync, because it almost looks like the stone isn't painted. What's up, Eddie? Ed and Eddie. Eddyzilla. I don't remember. Was Ed, and Eddie a show in other countries as well? I remember watching that quite a bit. I think it's probably an American cartoon. It is? All right. That was a pretty fun show. Although I have no idea what happened anymore. No idea what the guys did. It was on CN for us? CN? Oh, Cartoon Network? Yeah, I think it was on Cartoon Network for us too. Does that still exist? I have not heard anything about Cartoon Network. I think it's online only now or something, I'm not sure. What's going on, Silver Arrow? Thank you very much. Yeah, we're doing the final steps of the Psychophage today. There were moral lessons in that show? Oh, I don't even remember any of those. I remember them just doing weird stuff, Ed and Eddie, yeah. Okay. Ay. I never like it when they have these tiny little creeping vines and shit going all over the monos. This is kind of like the gold trim, you know, that I just talked about on Gilliman. Except on the base. Very easy with these type of details to say, fuck it, and just, you know, do a poor job, but... You're trying to paint Necrons right now for an upcoming tournament? Yo, nice. I've painted one Necron so far. I would really like to play or paint the Void Dragon. I think that's a really cool miniature. But also very large. A bit intimidating. What's going on, Mr. Selderick? How are you doing today, dude? You painted the Void Dragon? Nice. Yeah, very cool mini. I'll definitely have to pick that one up at some point, because I really do like the look of the Void Dragon. Super cool mini. You just submitted more work applications? When did you hear back about the interview you had yesterday? I think it was yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. Set next week, I think, right? I don't really have any intention on entering a tournament, T-Neon, although I am slowly accumulating quite a few of the Tyranids. The Tyranids are awesome, dude. I have one more painted box, or unpainted box rather. One more box that I need to paint of Tyranids. That's it. Who? Yeah, I know, Future. Who would have guessed that somebody who played Zerg every day for like a decade would also accidentally like Tyranids? Honestly, there was no way to figure this sort of thing out in advance. No, I didn't really intend on painting a lot of Tyranids, but they are really nice, and they are fun to paint. Okay. There's one more over here that I would like to paint. Yeah, I imagine being a Zerg player. Cringe, NMR. I saw the guy who got gold for the single miniature at Golden Demon just last weekend. Alberto or whatever is his name? Alberto something something font. He posted an Instagram story that he was now beginning his entry for 2025 Golden Demon. Like literally today. The guy's come home from a tournament, painted a mini for like the better part of a year, I'm sure. At least a good couple months. Straight back to the next project. Maybe we'll do some Silent Hill today at the end. But I want to do some more Frostpunk 2 name. But we will do more, obviously. I'm definitely planning on finishing Silent Hill this month. Pretty long game, though. I'm not sure exactly how many chapters there are, but it seems like there's still a lot to go. So no worries. I'll definitely continue before the weekend. Or at least this week. Unless I don't feel like it, but I've been liking the game a lot. I just figured, you know what? Before I completely forget about my Frostpunk 2 playthrough. Let me make sure that we continue onwards with that one too. No, I don't actually play. I've never played the tabletop of this game before. I'm down to give it a shot one day, but I only paint at the moment. Good morning, Mickey. Whoa, whoa, Mickey using another channel's emojis? Whoa, 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 Negs. I'm not sure who Negs is. But I feel betrayed. Okay, fine, I'll allow it. Betrayer. In truth, it was I who was betrayed. Feel the hatred of 10,000 memes. Oh no. Is Mickey also a VTuber enjoyer? Are none of you guys safe? All of you are tainted with VTuber views? Oh no. You were the chosen ones, chat. You were meant to fight the VTubers, not join them. I have no idea what you're talking about. Eventually, Lowko, you will be corrupted. Everything is. Uwu. Yeah. Yeah. There are a lot of VTubers on Twitch these days. It is pretty cool. Like, Selderic is one of my favorite VTubers. Are you guys familiar with Selderic? Great VTuber. Some people prefer like Iron Mouse or maybe Shy Lily. I'm a Selderic fan, personally. Oh, this isn't supposed to be public knowledge, Selderic? You should have started streaming instead of looking for a job. Streaming isn't a real job. Everybody knows that. It's a fake job. Many jobs are fake though, for what it's worth, so it's okay. Oh, absolutely those people exist, so. All jokes aside, yes. Baldur's Gate 3 was very popular, no? I think it introduced a lot of people to the CRPG genre that weren't already into it. Great games. The only problem that I have found streaming those type of games is that it's kind of annoying to read everything. Like, even though I feel like I talk a lot during streams, and I talk a lot of hours every day, playing something like Rogue Trader or something, where you have to, like, read everything, I guess you don't have to, but it is, kind of rough on your voice. I'm sure it's something you can train, but that is a lot of talking. You would narrate everything until the voice breaks? Right. Yeah, I never really have voice issues, even though I do a lot of, obviously, commentary, and you know, we do long streams. But I did notice it a little bit during the Frostpunk 2 campaign. Because there's a lot of reading in that one, too. I kind of feel like they should have done voice acting for some of them. Would have been nice. That's what I like about Baldur's Gate, though. Baldur's Gate is, like, fully voice acted. At least Baldur's Gate 3, I don't know about the others, but... it really does make the experience a lot better. Not just for streaming, obviously, but also just in general. Really does add to the game. We leave voice issues to Winter. Does he still have voice issues? Yeah, you do have to, like, train yourself a little bit. I tried to be smart with how I use my voice, but it is kind of easy sometimes to, especially if you get, like, a cold and you're like, yeah, I'm feeling alright-ish, I guess we can do a cast, and then you do a cast and you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have. It is, yeah. Nah, I'm not planning on playing, the first 2 Baldur's Gate games. What's going on, Games and Sermons? How are you doing? Good morning. Cozy maxing. That's what we do on this stream. Yeah, voice issues suck though. Like, there's not much I can do if I have voice issues. Luckily, I don't really have those anymore, but I used to have more issues with that back in the day. Magically gotten better at it. Yeah. Okay, last little parts over here, I think, that I will have to paint like this. Tried to make a bit of a desaturated purple. Mixed a couple of the colors together a bit. I thought the straight cultist purple was a bit too purpley. I desaturated a bit by mixing in some of the darker. This is the base after all, so I think I'm gonna wash this with some non-oil or something to, like, mellow it out a bit. What would Selderic's VTuber be? A Viking, obviously. Maybe a pirate. I can see Selderic as a VTuber pirate. What would my VTuber avatar be, guys? A stroopwafel? A Lenny? A Hydralisk? Ooh. Okay, now you guys are getting me interested. Is an anime version of yourself? I am kind of boring. You're right. I know that's not what you're saying, but you did say it. Okay. An infested Terran? Ooh, okay. Isn't one of the big deals, though, with VTubing that you don't actually know who the person behind the camera is? Isn't that, like, one of the big parts of it? Not always, I guess. Right. There's a lot of folks that do face reveals now. That's so awkward. Ta-da! Face. And then what do? You post PogChamps in the chat and then you go back to being the VTuber? What's good on Thanelius? Thank you. Hello, welcome, Danny. Your stream pretty cool and nice that why I follow you. I would like to be your friend and also a fan of yours. If you don't mind kindly, chat me on Discord. Thanks, man. Welcome. Chat me on Discord. Discord.gg/LowkoTV. Chat me. My Discord idea is totally not a scam. Lowko Television. 69. Please chat me. Okay. Gary swaps between both. She cooks using her model and IRL streams with a camera. Oh, okay. Such a rebel. Okay. I think we've base coded the base. Huge, dude. That actually is kind of nice, because that means we are mostly done. We can put most of the little brush aside. Now I do have to wash all of the rocks and the purpley bits. So I think we'll do that next. That's based. That is pretty based. I think I'm gonna shake up my, prepare your low hots. We'll shake up our agrax properly too for once. That's hot, isn't it? Is that a shaker? Better yet, Solderic, it's a vibrator. It's a vortex mixer, so it creates like a vortex inside of the bottle. And it really shakes everything up really good. So like some of the paints tend to separate. And this brings it all back together, which is really nice. It's a rapid fire machine, yeah. What's up, Robot? Good morning. So we're gonna stain all of the white. And really most of the base, I think. The metal parts too. A pretty heavy stain over here. Bring it in a little bit more. Make the metal less shiny. All the vibrators are fine, don't look like that. You Googled vibrator. I think you should probably Google vortex mixer instead. Rookie mistake, Panther. It's okay, it's okay. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You should Google industrial paint shaker for her. The most romantic gift you can give her. An industrial paint shaker. Girls love industrial paint shakers, dude. I'm telling you guys. I have heard of Blood Bowl. Yeah, Blood Bowl does seem really fun. The thing is, it's American football based, right? And I know nothing about American football, but I would be down to paint some of the minis. No clue about the sport, though. I watched the Super Bowl finals this year with a bunch of StarCraft guys, and some of them were big NFL fans, and they tried to explain the rules to me, but I feel like I understand even less. Like, for some reason, it's a more confusing game than I ever thought it was ever going to be. I don't understand anything anymore, but it's okay. It seemed like a fun match. The guy grabbed the thing, and then he, you know, ran with the thing, and then, like, he tried to throw the thing again, and then they, like, hit each other a bunch. Then they shouted at the referee a bunch. And then there were ads playing all the time, dude. So many freaking ads. Holy shit, dude. Why were there so many ads? I don't know. Is there ever confusion, right? Amongst like the professional football players, American football that is, as to the rules? Like, is every single professional football player fully aware of all of the American football rules? Because there seems like there's a lot. It's funny when that happens. So when there's actually like confusion about the rules? Interesting. So there's got to be some really interesting cases where some shit just rarely happens, occurs in a game. And you have to figure out what the actual way to proceed is. If the ball is inbound, but you lay down with your feet out of bounds and touch it, the ball is considered out of bounds. If the ball is inbound, but you lay down with your feet out of bounds and touch it, the ball is considered out of bounds. Okay, so it's about the person, not the ball. I see. I think that's the case with other sports too, right? Yeah. Not so much with tennis, but I think with basketball it is. I don't really know. Sometimes it's the ball and sometimes it's the player. Okay. So we've already struck on the first of many complicated things. I see. I don't really watch any conventional sports other than, I guess, Formula 1. Hard to really call that a conventional sport though, but anyways. I watch every Formula 1 race, but there's some weird ass rules in that sport as well. Things that are just thoroughly confusing to everybody. Okay. We've shaded all of that shit. I don't think we're really gonna make that any brighter. No, I don't think we're gonna highlight those, other than with a dry brush. Dude! I think that dry brush on the base will really help, yeah, let it come to life a little bit more, because right now it's kind of plain, but... Bit of a dry brush and... No, I don't really watch football. I mean, I watch the Euros or like the Worlds whenever that's on. I think it's fun to watch like Team the Netherlands. But watching like, I don't know, like in the Netherlands, the competition is called the It's hard for me to switch from English to Dutch sometimes. Eredivisie. I don't really care for any of that. To great dismay of my dad. He would love it if I was part of that too. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't really care, I guess. Fight sports are easy. Did he tap? Is he out cold? I mean, that's maybe true for MMA or something, but there's plenty of confusing rules for judo or jiu-jitsu or whatever, right? There's plenty. But yeah, I like watching the Nations games. I don't really care so much about the individual ones. What's up, Lena? Welcome. Isn't the point of most fighting sports to win by points? Technically true, yeah, but like deciding how many points something is can be kind of confusing, right? Like say you do a sick throw in judo, how do you decide how many points something like that is worth? Every sport has weird rules, I guess. Honestly, when you think about it, something like StarCraft, something like chess, clean, bro. Very little confusion. Win condition is obvious, the game decides it. There's never really any referee that's needed other than for like very specific tournament rules and stuff, but... Very little debate. As far as who's the winner of a StarCraft match goes, right? Like we never have that discussion. We all know. Most esports like that actually are really quite straightforward with that sort of shit. How do you define who wins in acrobatics? It's like a jury system, right? I think. Oh yeah. I never watch acrobatics though. It's only like only when there's like the Olympics going on, you know. And then we watch mostly the summaries, I guess. It's a bit sad for the athletes, I guess, but everybody was like, "Yo, Simone Biles, woo!" And now we're like, "Okay, see you in 4 years, maybe. I don't know. Don't care." It's a bit sad, but yeah. There's a lot of sports like that. The sports that people only care about during the Olympics, and that's about it. Yo, Imperio!
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty great, dude. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in again. And thank you for your resub. I appreciate that. Glad you still enjoy it. I am in the process of finishing up a big-ass bug. We're just doing the finishing touches on the base right now. And then we'll add some blood to the stump. Some tufts. And we're pretty much finished. Thank you, dude. Before Simone Biles, I don't recall the last time I paid any attention to what our competition did, right? This is also very much so like social media hype though. Because I've never really been, you know, watching any American athlete that closely, I guess. Like in the Netherlands, it's mostly about the Dutch athletes, as you may have already guessed. But she made the news over here too, obviously. A lot of that, I think, is like TikTok and stuff, right? With like people really hyping up a lot of stuff. It's kind of cool.